Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today I'm looking at X-Men 2099. And during the 90s, this is when they came up with the idea of the likes of this, Doom 2099. I think there were some others as well. There was certainly Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man was probably my most favorite, if I'm being honest with you. That was one that I was certainly very familiar of. And even though I knew about X-Men 2099, I probably only have read a couple of issues. So I was generally quite excited to get this because I've never read it. And I thought it collects it all. So, you know, how can it go wrong? Also, even though this came out back in May last year, I got this on Black Friday. So I got this for half price. You know, usually I get omnibuses as they're released. However, you know, I was doing different things. I think I was paying off a holiday then. So, you know, sometimes things take priority. And, you know, X-Men 2099, it was either going to be a omnibus that sold really well, and I was going to regret my decision, or I was going to get it later, you know, and lucky enough I got another deal, which made me very happy. There is the side, there is the forecast down there, 2099, we turn around there, and it's got all the covers on either side, which is great, and this collects X-Men, so 1993 this came out, so 1 to 35, and then you've got the crossover issues of Spider-Man 2099, Ravage 2099. That's the other one. I have no idea what that's about. Ravage 2099, 15. Doom 2099, 14. Punisher 2099, 13. And then the X-Men 29 special 1, as well as X-Men 2099 Oasis and X-Nation 2099 1 to 6. Wow, that was a mouthful. I'm not even going to try and work out how many issues there are, but it's around 43, I'm going to say off the top of my head. That was terrible. Usually I count these up in advance, etc. So let's take the dust cover off. Go. And got underneath there, you've got the creators, so John Francis Moore, Ron Lim, Jan Duursema, and then a synthesis there. The X-Men, not just a job, a heritage. That's quite interesting. I never read the Simpsons. I'm terrible. I don't know why I don't read them. It's because I think in my mind, I feel like it's going to ruin the story for me. Even though I've read most of these stories. Obviously, I've just said that I haven't read this one. So reading that synthesis would certainly be frustrating. Wow, that looks pretty cool. I like that. I dig that quite a bit. Sorry, I could put my hand in front of the damn light, and that goes all the way around. Now, for the interesting parts, where I try to set this down carefully. I try to get my camera in a nice position where it's far away, that I can show you everything, and flip this over. So here we go. Here's the big... Oh, that's a good start. That is a good start. Wow. That doesn't happen very often. Inside, X-Men 2099. Just so I'm clear, I have no idea who anybody is. And this is all the talented team that are involved. Apologies. Oh, it has... Oh, I love it. I do enjoy it when it is in chronological order. So we've actually got 1,166 pages. So that's quite a decent amount. And this runs from 1993 to 1996. Where's the X-Nation stuff in there then? Oh, interesting. I have no idea. That is interesting. Wait a minute. No, just straight into it. Okay. I was expecting that stuff to be at the end, because I'm presuming that was released, what, around 2008, between 2008 and 2010. So I do adore 80s art, and I think it is because I obviously started reading comics in the 80s. So in particular, you know, I've read the crossover story because obviously I've read Spider-Man 2099. I think early 90s was probably the best, some of the best art. I mean, we all have our favorites. I mean, I'm usually quite I think respectful's the word. I'm probably more critical of stories than art, because when it comes to art, I think that's how they want to tell how they share their art. Oh, that came out completely wrong, but I'm hoping you understand what I mean. It's their artist technique that they share, and no artist wants to be the same as anybody else, surely. But in terms of writing, I can be very, very critical. You know, I know when that story is not good enough, but most of the early 90s stories were pretty good, and this clearly has had quite a decent run out, in all honesty. You know, from 93 to 98, you know, 35 issues plus a crossover. That's quite a decent amount. So I am looking forward to reading this. Like I said, I enjoyed Spider-Man 2019. I think it's because I've got no connections with these characters. So that's the bit that's gonna have to adjust to, so to speak. Maybe Nation X is just, it carries on. Maybe that's how, and I'm just thinking of Nation X wrongly, perhaps. Maybe I am. It certainly feels like that. Let me just carefully, just wanted to flip this page carefully, because, yeah, Nation X. Oh, okay, so it actually became X Nations 2099. So that's pretty decent, and that is around that time. Okay, that's interesting. So it's not what I thought it was, so, which is probably even better, because I'm kind of glad, because I don't ever remember that miniseries it being released around that time, which makes sense because it wasn't what I thought it was. There we go. And then at the end, I'm just going to carefully put that. We've got some nice, very, very crisp pages of art, different art of who everybody is. So this is the cast, who I have no idea. Like I said, I've not read this before apart from the odd issue, and then I probably didn't really understand it. X Nation. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward. You know what? I'm actually quite excited by this. Now that I've just had a little pump through. I remember these sort of... Yeah. No, that wasn't what I was looking for. These sort of... Are they like the trading cards that were being released? Yeah, this is a crossover. Like I said, I've read that before. So that's pretty decent. But yeah, I'm glad that this has been given the omnibus treatment, as well as some of the other 2099 books, because you know, honestly, there are probably big fans out there, and I'm hoping by the end of this I'm a fan as well. So yeah, very happy to have it. Great bargain, which always makes me happy when I get a bargain. Doesn't usually happen with omnibuses, because like I said, I'm usually get them when they're released, because I'm that person that I want to get them when they're released. Hence this review being what, 6-7 months down the line. So anyway, I hope you like my video. If you do, please do support my channel by subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. Thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel already. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.